Okay, we're doing, well, the customer states that on this Jaguar XJ, what is this? XJL, that the battery drains overnight. So we're gonna do a parasitic draw test. All right, so the first thing that we do to set this up is that we connect our meter between a negative battery post and a negative battery cable, never on the positive side. So right now, before we put this thing to sleep, we got 7 amps, obviously, right? That'll drain the battery shit before overnight. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna arm the vehicle up with the remote and we're gonna start letting this thing go to sleep. Let's arm it. So I just hit the remote and this thing will start drifting off to sleep, and we're gonna come back. After 5 minutes, we are about halfway down at this point. Let's keep going. All right, so after 10 minutes, we got about a half amp draw, a 0.6, that's still too high. We want this to drop down some more, but I think our control modules are not fully asleep yet. So just to be clear, a half an amp, a 0.6 of an amp, which is a little over half an amp, will drain a car overnight. That's no good. I'm expecting this to go to sleep though. All right, so after about, I'm gonna say 18 minutes, we are at 0, and that is actually perfect. Like if this was at a 0.1, even a 0.1 is a bit high, but it would not drain overnight. So we are below a tenth of an amp. So we're gonna call our customer and let him know what our findings are. I don't think we have a drain. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna try to explain this to you guys on paper so you have a full understanding. When we started out, remember the amp said 0.10. That is a tenth of an amp. 10 of these make 1 amp, all right? That's too high, that will actually drain a battery. What you like to be a half of a tenth of an amp, which is 50 milliamps. This is a tenth of an amp. Half of a tenth of an amp is 50 milliamps. In order for a vehicle not to have a drain, you really want this at a half of an amp or less. Back in the day, the old standard was a 0.3 or less. But since control modules, we have more control modules in the vehicles now lately, actually this half of an amp is actually good. So we know with our meter, we know this thing has no drain, so we should be good. That's how you look at it.